Good afternoon, people. Protege Bowden here once again, also known as the scientist. Like I said, got my lab coat going on right now. Today's topic is gonna be karma, and pretty much everything that we do, is basically tied into karma. All right, pretty much from the day we were born, and until now, present day. So right now it's just me. Like I said. Got my boy Veron, about to invite him on right now. So this thing started, all right? So karma, okay, the definition of karma. Never mind. You know what? I'm starting off. I got my man Veron here. What's going on, B? How you doing?
What's going on, brother? Good to be here.
So what's up, man? All right, cool. So as this, as me and you discussed, man, it's, we're talking about karma and pretty much how it shapes, our futures. It's pretty much like, whatever karma that we possess or bring to the future, pretty much determines who we're gonna be. Free will in a sense. So, I just want to talk to the peoples about that. You know what I mean? So, what's your view on it? I'm gonna just ask you.
Well, honestly, a lot of people view karma as only a negative thing. It can only go one way. They say, oh, karma's going to catch up to you. But I rarely hear people speak on it in a positive light because as much as, negative karma comes around, positive karma comes back around as well. And obviously later in the show, I'm going to dig a little deeper, but that's just
Of
my
course.
basis on it. You know?
All right. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna start off with it from the beginning. All right. Karma, and not talking about good or bad. Karma is just basically a Sanskrit term from basically from Hinduism. It basically talks about like our actions. That's pretty much what karma is, our actions. So, like I said, from getting up in the morning to going to bed at night, we've exhibited a lot of action, quote unquote, karma. So, yes, there is such a thing as good and bad karma. Yes, there is. Okay, so, with that being said, like karma is an invisible factor, okay? It determines our fate, believe it or not, it really does. So, what you do to people, good or bad, comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, just like my man the Don said, a lot of people tend to think about negative karma, so, which, it happens daily, especially in today's world, because I guess the way the world is headed, but now let's talk about this for a second, as far as good and bad karma. All right. So good karma, you can basically exhibit that every day, pretty much by helping someone out, or having good intentions. That's what good karma is, having good intentions, when you're dealing with someone or whatever situation you're in. All right. So, but don't be confused now, ladies and gentlemen, because with good karma, there's also bad karma. So, and the two are actually not connected, believe it or not. What I mean by that is when you do good, you will experience good karma. Now, when you do bad, you're gonna experience bad karma. Now, there's a thing where I was reading up, the scientist does a little research and reading, and it says that you will suffer each one separately. Okay, so just because you've done more than good doesn't mean that you're gonna reap good karma all the time. You know, I mean, if you do bad all the time, then obviously you're gonna reap bad karma because that's the only karma that you exhibited. Now if you've done good karma and bad karma, now just because you did 90 good deeds and you've done, let's say, two bad things, okay, which represents good karma and bad karma, you still will suffer the consequences of that bad karma, regardless of how much good you have done. It's gonna come to you somehow, some way. So that's why you have to have good intentions all of the time. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to shed some light on that real quick, because a lot of people think that, oh, it gets reduced because you've done 10 million good deeds. No, it does not get reduced. You will experience some type of pain, some type of consequence or repercussion. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to point that out there. But glad to see some people tuning in. All right, got Marissa in. Thank you very much. All right. What's going on your end, Don?
Well, I got a few heads that came popped in or whatever. But, of course, we can't forget to tell them, share the video, like and share. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this is a little different topic from what we're used to doing. But again, it's all about enlightenment and knowledge. So, all
Right.
for it. But
Right. Definitely.
yeah, I mean, karma is one of those gray areas. People like to look at it that way, kind of that no man's land. Again, like I said earlier, it's just like people always think it's negative. But also, just following up on what you said, that just because you do something, like if I give you $1, you ask me for $1, I give it to you, it's my last dollar, I give it to you, doesn't mean that technically that good karma is going to come right back around. And as soon as I turn my back, I'm going to get dropped with a pot of gold. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's highly improbable. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but it's kind of one of those things that you have to practice, you know, treating people well all the time, doing the right thing, or what we believe is the right thing, I should say. Continue doing the right deeds. Don't slight anybody. Just carry yourself in a way that you're not walking over the top of someone else, or it's going to negatively impact someone else just for your own gain. And again, it's all about people being selfish, I guess you can say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Trust me. But yeah. I mean, like I said, in today's world, there's a lot of selfish people out there. So, those people, they're going to experience probably a lot of, negative karma or destructive karma. Actually, that I was reading up on. So, but you know what? We can only do our part, and try to not be like those individuals. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to share that real quick. But yeah, so like I said, karma is an invisible power. It's an invisible factor, all right? So, like I said, everything that you think of, feelings, um, whatever emotion you have, whatever your mental state is, your physical actions, this plays a crucial role in the type of energy and karma that will be displayed. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I know that sometimes I look back in the past and I'm like, yo, I know I haven't done you know, good 100% of the time. I know that for a fact. So, I've experienced a lot of consequences, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things that I guess you could say, affected me in a negative light, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm trying to definitely stray from that, because I actually care a lot about a lot of people. Sometimes my demeanor is a little serious or whatever, but I do have a soft spot for people. Not everyone, but so certain people that I come in contact with. But I try my best to like pretty much like do what I do for others so it can be done back to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like nowadays it's all about like social, social networking, and networking with people, trying to like, make pretty much build foundations, strong foundations with people, trying to build camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? And it's always good to have good people in your circle. You know what I'm saying? So when you do good, it does get recognized. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think it doesn't get recognized. Oh, I do this for this person, and I do that for this person, and it never comes back to me. I'm like, yo, trust me, it comes back to you. It just doesn't come back to you in the form you may want it to be. Let me just clarify that up real quick. You know what I mean? So we just have to. You can't think of it like, okay, well, if I do this, I'm gonna get this back. Kind of like what Milan said, like, I give somebody $1, I can't expect to get a pot of gold. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not gonna, it doesn't. The ratio is completely different there. You know what I mean? So just know that. You know what I mean? But for instance, let's talk about karma in relationships. You know what I mean? So actually, we do talk about social issues between men and women a lot. You know what I mean? So we're gonna tie karma into relationships. Okay, so when you're with someone, you know what I mean? All right, physically with someone, you're dating them, you know, and you want it to be a committed relationship. You want it to be a team building thing. You know what I mean? you have to exhibit selflessness, okay? And that's actually what I read up on karma too, is actually having selflessness, all right? Not being selfish, selflessness. So in other words, thinking, about other people and putting other people before yourself, all right? So, there's a lot of men. I'm gonna say men and women because I'm not trying to be biased. I don't want to go too off the deep end with that. But there's a lot of men and women out there that's doing things that are displaying bad karma. Okay, uh, cheating. Prime example. Prime example of bad karma. All right, so definitely, if you're, especially if you're with a good person, I don't understand how you would even cheat on that person and you're with like the best person ever. You know what I mean? Like that just doesn't make any sense. So therefore, you definitely will reap what you sow. All right, I just had to point that out there real quick. You know, now good karma is, like I said, just thinking about other people. You know what I'm saying? Taking your shirt off your back, for someone. You know what I mean? And actually being genuine about it as well. That's another thing. So you wanna be genuine, not really looking to get something back in return. You know. So now let me point this out real quick. Okay. I want to say that now there is a point where karma can be absent. All right. So what I mean by that is if sometimes, we don't mean to hurt people, in other words. All right. So sometimes we do things that may offend somebody, that may hurt that person. But if you didn't intentionally mean to do it, then karma is absent. So therefore there's no good karma, there's no bad karma. So it's just completely erased for that action that took place. I just want to point that out there real quick. That there is an absence of karma. So I just wanted to point that out. So if you genuinely did not mean to hurt or insult someone, then yes, your karma is absent, for that particular action. You know. So what do you think about that, Ron? What's your take on that, man?
I mean, I agree 100% with what you're saying or what you said. I might add. More of a personal experience because I've had it twofold. I mean, we're not perfect. I mean, we've all done good stuff, we've all done bad stuff. We're just trying to make sure that the good outweighs the bad in most cases. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I know in my life, I'm a very private individual, but I'll offer some personal history on myself, and it's something you're directly involved with. The job I'm on now. I mean, yes, people know I'm a New York State trooper, of course, and I'm also in the military, right? Now, after joining the military and whatnot, I'm in the National Guard. I'm active duty, so looking for a civilian full-time job, you know, with the credentials that we have, I'm not going to go just settle for something that I know that my skill set is above. So the waiting time, I mean, was strenuous, as you know, personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's if you want something good, it's going to take you, I mean, months at the least. You know what I mean? And I waited. I took a few different city tests, a few different state tests back in 2012. And honestly, the waiting period was, I mean, it stressed me out. I was getting up there, health insurance was a thing or whatever the case is, but every single day I made it my duty, I guess you can say, to concentrate and focus on myself, obviously do right by others, help others, whatever the case is. And I swear to God, it took years. I didn't hear nothing until prior to me getting deployed in 2013. You know what I mean? Sorry, I took those tests back in 2010, not 2012. I'm sorry. And I didn't hear anything until 2013 and whatnot. And it 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But after I came back from my deployment and whatnot, 2014 was a huge year because I heard back from every single job that I had taken tests for and applied for, all at the same time. Weirdly enough. But it's one of those things with good karma. You know what I mean? It always comes back full cycle. May not happen tomorrow, may not happen next month, next year, but it will always come back full cycle.
Mhm. I like that, man. Yep, definitely, definitely. Take heed to what he said. You know, uh, like I said, of course, we wanna, pretty much what Ron and I are saying is that you want to have more good than bad. So determination is key into getting things that you want. Like for instance, like the people around you. Okay, those can actually shape your karma. You want to have good people around you that exhibit good karma. You know what I'm saying? Because therefore you're gonna be in a whole new status quo. I'm gonna put, when you're around people like that. They put you on to things you never knew before. They put you on to a whole new path of enlightenment. You start, networking with good people and very experienced and knowledgeable people. They're gonna take you to good places. I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, surround yourself with those individuals. You know, I think of you know karma. I think of karma as like a software on your computer. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's like it's like a program, and it's like, what's the term we use? An amalgamation. That's what it is. An amalgamation of basically things that basically of things that you display on your computer. Good stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you have like good software and good apps and good social media and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Or you're promoting positivity. You know what I'm saying? That's very essential to have. You know what I'm saying? On your computer. You know what I'm saying? Good software is gonna boost your computer. So having good karma is gonna boost you. You know what I mean? So, try to look at it like that. Just kind of break it down a lot of different ways. What happened, bro? What'd you say?
Good use of vocabulary.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I try, man. I try to expand it, every way I can. But anywho, so yeah, I mean, like I said, I've no. Let me talk about what are the things that I've done that that I say would be bad karma. Okay, probably I would say this. Probably like starting arguments with people, intentionally, just because I didn't give it, I don't want to curse too much, but probably because I didn't give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? So, getting into, I mean, when I was younger, very younger, like probably like, I don't know, middle school or some shit like that, probably, being I guess you could say an aggressor, as far as, the way I acted. And, sometimes I would get into verbal fights, like I said, as I mentioned. I get into verbal fights intentionally just because I don't like a person. I just want to see where it was headed, and then eventually fight a particular individual or certain individuals, you know what I'm saying? But that's not good. I shouldn't be going around mad and, upset all the time, especially when certain individuals didn't do nothing to me. Sometimes I take my emotions out on them, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Okay, so always on the Protege Bowden Show, we have Q&As. So someone just asked a question, you know. So, bro, if you want to hit that real quick, you know.
No, no, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sky, Miss Janessa Blair. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. She's just asking who says what's good and bad. And obviously, it's one of those things where I can't say what's right or wrong, good or bad or whatever. It's just something that's more taught to us. So there is no definite answer on that. You know what I mean? You will always have an infinite amount of responses if you ask that to anybody. But what I would say, my outlook on that is that it's up to you or me or the next person, whatever the case is. What you deem is good or bad, I mean, that's how you're going to follow suit in your own life. I mean, society has its own thing on average. I mean, if you want to look at it on a graph or something like that, it's just one line, a consistent line, straight. You know what I'm saying? 180 degrees or whatever the case is. And anything above that would be, I guess you can say, good or above average, and anything below that would be bad or you're below average. And that's how society might view it. But as an individual, I mean, I guess I would be slighted to say that I have very high standards and whatnot. So people and want, them to do good, even though that is few and far between in most cases, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess going back to your question, who says what's good and bad? I mean, you deem what's good for you, I deem what's good for me. Society will deem what's good for everybody, and that's about that. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Yeah. I appreciate that, bro. Definitely, man. Like I like how you point out like everything stems from you. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very important to know. So don't think that we have like this predetermined fate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna touch on this again. As long as yeah, I'm gonna talk about this topic real quick. All right. Okay, people, zodiacs. All right. Listen. This zodiac shit, right? You cannot judge a person based off what month they were born in. You know? So, oh snap. My man, hold on real quick. My man Glenn Williams just hit me up asking me some crazy stuff. I can't even address it right now because we doing an episode. But it's actually something like not even pertaining to this topic, but you know. But listen, okay, back to the zodiac. Anyway, so a person cannot have a label placed on them based on the month that they're born in. I'm not into the zodiac, like that, so I don't really want to research it as far as like who came up with it. I know it has to do with astrology and all that other stuff, astronomy and things like that, things of that nature. But I'm not the one for that because, hence, with the topic that we're talking about now, basically proves my point. That's why, and it does. Like you shape who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with what you want to be. Like life wouldn't be fair if you didn't have free will. You know what I'm saying? You would be in a system. Life would be a system, where you just, this is how life is only one way, and life is just not one way. Life is composed of many different things, many different factors. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't believe in the zodiac, because that's why I get upset when people ask me, what's your sign? And they be like, oh, you're, whatever. I'm not going to say my sign because I really hate it. Because then somebody's going to be like, oh, you're that. So I'm not saying my sign. So to those of you who want to know what my sign is, well, just look at my Facebook page and you'll see it. All right. So anyhow, I'm touching on this a little bit more. Listen, there's 12 months, in a calendar year. All right. So you mean to tell me that just because I was born a Gemini or Leo or Cancer, I'm this person? And then sometimes people look at that in a negative light. That's why I don't like it, because automatically somebody thinks negative of you because you're a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that could actually backfire on a person. Let's say you getting to know some girl, and then she just says, "Oh well, I dated a Leo before, it didn't work out." I'm like, "Oh wait, hold on, but I wasn't that Leo you dated. I could be a completely different Leo." You know what I'm saying? Hence, back to what I'm saying about karma, because I don't want to stray off topic a little bit too much. You know, I've exhibited, a lot of good karma to where I'm not like that individual or that past individual that you were with. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm on a completely different wavelength as well. Actually, I put up a post on Facebook a couple days ago. I'm actually like cut from a different cloth. So I was like, I'm not like most people in this world. Okay. So like I think and move in a manner that how I feel an adult should conduct themselves. Okay. So which is, I'm pretty mature, like I said, I've been mature for as long as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? I know and I think about a lot of things before I take action. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the life that I live. I think before I do things. You know, I'm gonna touch on this a little bit as well. Um, some people, they act before they think. You know what I'm saying? Which you can't do that. You're basically relying on impulse rather than using your head. You know what I'm saying? So that's also that can be very bad. Okay. I'm actually gonna talk about that in a later episode. That's another topic I'm gonna get in with. But like I said, people, zodiac signs, cut that out. It's ridiculous. All right, it really is. So, I see somebody had a comment. Valencia, he says that they sometimes think certain signs are more compatible. However, individuals are bypassing a possible suitor. We are more than a sign, a symbol. Thank you, Valencia. I applaud you for that one. Appreciate that, because that's exactly how I feel. I feel like, yo, Okay, so you're gonna pass me up, because you think I'm some type of symbol. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it shouldn't be that way. You have to get to know a person. Each person is different in their own way. Every person is unique, you know. So, but I really appreciate that comment. Thank you so much. So, Baron, Baron, you're right, man. It is bad karma, man. You're right, man. You want to touch on that, man? You can.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm always down to give a little feedback or whatever. Our opinions on zodiacs, they re- they remain the same, but they differentiate a little bit, and I'm gonna touch on that a little bit. Um, because I do follow zodiacs, but not to the technical point like a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? I believe that each zodiac group, they all define similar traits or whatever, some more than others, of course, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to anything past that, I dismiss it completely. So I 100% agree with what you're saying because, especially straying off of the karma aspect and talking more about zodiacs, you never know who your suitable partner could be. And you could definitely overlook them just because they're in a category of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes no sense, or whatever the case is. So yeah, I 100% feel you on that, bro. You know, but as I said to Valencia in the comments there, that could be bad karma as well because you're dismissing someone, not even getting to know them, not knowing anything about them other than maybe their name, where they're from, and their zodiac. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, whatever. Friend zone or whatever they call it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
that can come back full cycle to you in the future when you're ready, like, or you feel you're ready to settle down. That same person that might be your suitable, compatible partner might overlook you because, oh, you're a Virgo or you're a Sagittarius or something like that. You know what I mean? So I mean, karma sits above all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the invisible being that controls all. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents, B. I'll have several seats, all right?
That's what's up, man. Appreciate that. But again, you know, guys, very important topic. You know what I'm saying? Um, again, Protege Bowden show on YouTube. Look me up. Protege underscore Bowden on Instagram. Check it out. You know what I mean? Like I said, we do these topics for you guys. So we like to talk about very important stuff. Like I said, social issues, what's going on in the world, stuff like things of that nature, all that jazz. So definitely look it up. Like I said, what I should have did was actually included the link before I went live, or probably at the beginning when I went live. I forgot to do that, but so that way you guys can just click on the link or whatever. But if someone actually, you know what? If you're a viewer, matter of fact, and yours or a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please, you can post the link right now. Since we're having a discussion, you can post the link for other people to see it. Check it out. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have not seen the past videos that me or Veron has done, or my man Slime. So definitely check that out. All right, so like I said, it's very good stuff to talk about. I get a lot of feedback about it. People was like, "Oh, when you doing the next one? What's the topic gonna be?" Nope, sorry. Oh, I actually discussed with my man the Don. I don't like to give out spoilers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I tell my team. Me. Obviously I know what it's gonna be because I'm the one who creates the topic. The Don, he'll know beforehand. Slime will know, beforehand, or whoever I bring on as a guest star will know beforehand what the topic will be. However, it cannot, be spoiled. So there's no spoiler alerts, nothing like that. Just know there's an episode coming out, and that's that. You know. So, well, I'm just reading these comments real quick.
Well, while
Yes,
you're
I
reading,
like
let
that.
me touch base on something
Go
real
ahead, bro.
quick. You know what
Go
I
ahead.
mean?
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Don't forget, don't forget, August 12th, after you share this video, after you subscribe to the Protege Bowden Show on YouTube, remember, we have our little impromptu event. We're going to do a little live episode August 12th, Milltown, New York. Hit one of us up for more details. It's going to be lit. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget.
There you go. I like that, man. Yep, definitely putting the word out there, what I'm saying? August 12th is gonna be a bash going on, a little summer event, Also, I'm gonna be there, as the co host or whatever. If you guys wanna take part in the topic. That's all good. Appreciate everyone who will be attending on August 12th. That'd be, that's what's up, man. So shout out to everybody who's going. You know, remember, like my man Don put out on Facebook, RSVP before July 30th. You know what I'm saying? So that way it can make things a lot easier. Obviously we know there's always going to be some last minute things going on, and that's fine. But if you can, please RSVP before July 30th. So just wanted to point that out there. But yeah, so back to the discussion. Well, Valencia was saying she was like, you were believing based on assumptions of what you heard of a zodiac sign or someone who told you not to date. Yes, that's exactly my point. So that's bad. Like you said, you're gonna come across somebody who's probably gonna think the same way you do, as far as like, oh, what's your sign, and then you're not gonna want to mess with you because you're this way. So oh no, my bad. You already have that label placed on you, or just because you're this particular symbol. It's, I don't know, it's crazy. I don't know. So I don't know what happened to the days where we actually sat down and got to know a person. Those days are actually drifting now too. Everything's happening on social media, and you can't even. I don't even know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on right now. A lot of things are changing. Online dating and crazy stuff going on here. But I see that Valencia also mentioned, I think in actuality, we misunderstand people because of their differing traits, which are dissimilar to us. Yes, very true as well. Valid points again. I like that. I like the way she thinks. Sounds like a logical point of view, as me and Don would say, So, but yeah, so listen, people. Honestly, what's funny, the Don, that I don't even know how much time we've used so far, as far as like the episode goes. I was trying to look for the clock, so I was playing with the phone a little bit. And I don't even know how many minutes have gone by. So, because I thought there's usually a timer when we do it on the computer, you know.
I there should be one on yours, but I mean it's all good. We'll figure it out.
It ain't on mine. Yeah. So, so yeah, we'll come up with something or whatever. But yeah, so I see more people is tuning in, or I like that, man. This is good. Hopefully, you guys can, definitely, like I said, we always have Q&As. You guys have questions, we'll answer them. And even if you just want to watch, that's fine. Because we know that you're watching, and and we get positive feedback most of the time. So I appreciate that very much. All right, it's Sunday. Guys, get your barbecues on. I know it's sunny down here, so you know what I mean? Go to the beach, do whatever, get your church on, you know what I mean? I don't never knock nobody for attending church on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So definitely do that, get your drink on, whatever. It's after 12 now, so you can go to a liquor store and actually buy a bottle, you know, which I might be doing soon, or possibly after this episode. Who knows? So, you know, but listen, guys, um, try to wake up every morning with feelings of positivity. Think about think about not hurting people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's always gonna come back to you. And it could come back to you tenfold. So always think about trying to stay away from the bad karma, steering yourself away from that, because you have a choice every day when you wake up to do something great, whether it's for yourself, you know, and you didn't like basically like be a snake and try to like reach the top, or just don't try to hurt anybody, because God is always watching, number one. And again, you know, when you create bad karma, it causes a ripple effect in the universe. It really does. You know what I'm saying? You may be able to hide what you do or what your intentions are from other people, but you can't hide from yourself, one, and you can't hide from the universe, two. You know what I'm saying? My bad, that's two. So yeah. So don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't try to cheat anything. You know what I'm saying? Think of it like a cog. Okay? A cog, is an influence on other cogs. Okay? So like one cog moves in a positive direction, the other cards will move in a positive direction. See how that goes? So picture it, have like a mental imagery of it, you know what I'm saying, and visualize that. If anything, you can't understand what I'm saying to you, but I'm pretty sure you understand what I'm telling you. This is basic stuff that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So it's basic formulas I came up with. You know what I mean? So like I said, I also like to reiterate this again. I know I touched on it earlier. Um, like I said, the amount of good does not take away from the bad that you have done. Remember that. Please remember that. I'm telling you, because the bad karma does not get reduced. If you're gonna, I was reading, the scientists was reading. It says, listen, you have to experience both good and bad karma. You have to. Sometimes you go through bad shit repetitively because you have not learned from your mistakes. Which makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You have to go. Sometimes you have to know what you did. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep doing bad and then be like, why is this happening? Why is this always happening? You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't learned. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Karma's teaching you haven't learned yet. You know what I mean? So you have to go back and do a period of self reflection that me and the Don talks about. You have to have a period of self reflection and be like, listen, especially for our I'm sorry, I don't mean to be biased. You know, my ladies, I love you out there. Mostly what I mean by for the ladies is, you guys, like I said, you guys tend to feel a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just the way God designed you guys to be. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are just filled with, a nurturing side and emotion. You know what I'm saying? And everything you can't dictate everything based off emotion of how you feel. You have to actually use your head. That's why karma ties into this as well. Because karma wants you to think. That's what it does. Karma wants you to think. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, there's feelings involved, but yes, you have to think first before you act. Period. You know what I'm saying? If you want certain things to happen or positive things to happen, you have to learn how to use the brain that God gave you. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. Like I said, this now my karma is absent because I'm genuinely saying this that I did not mean to offend anybody. I'm just trying to give you insight on this topic for real, straight up. I pretty much, like I said, I like to read and do research on certain topics, and then I just present it to you guys, so you guys can actually hear what me and the Don has to say. You know what I'm saying? So I see Brittany, I see Brittany Garrier tuned in, but that's cool. Again, got more support, you know. But the Don, anything else you want to say, man?
Yeah, just touching base on what you were saying there a couple minutes ago. Um, that the good doesn't outweigh the bad. I always kind of I like this quote saying that there's two absolute things that exist. One being numbers, everybody knows I'm a math whiz, and then the second one being time. Now forget about numbers, we're going to talk strictly about time, and that ties directly in with karma. There's no amount of time. It's a variable. For all of our geeks out here, you know what I'm saying? It's call it X. You know what I'm saying? It can stand for any real number out here. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it doesn't matter. 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, it will come back around or whatever. What's that movie? Final Destination. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Ridiculous karma. I know it was very extreme, but I mean, if you
yeah.
want to compare something like that to the real world, I mean, anything can happen. Stranger things have happened. You know what I mean?
Right,
So, like I
right.
said, time is absolute, and no matter what you do, it will come back full circle, and it will touch you again. Hopefully, in a good light. I wish
Mm-hmm.
no bad on anybody. So, God bless.
Definitely, definitely. Yes, like he said, ladies and gentlemen, with time, I'm glad he brought that up because actually time is something that we all need to take advantage of. A lot of people don't have good time management skills. Sometimes I don't have good time management skills, but it depends on what I'm doing. If I know I could put it off, I put it off. But I know it won't affect me negatively, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'll be good. But time is actually something that I cherish with people. My close friends. The Don being one of them. My man Slime. I gotta point them out. Shout outs to those people. The King yesterday. At his baby shower. Those are all good times. You know what I mean? So time is very important. You know, uh, don't think that we have all this time in the world. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell people say, oh, life is too short. All right, which I hate when people actually say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually don't say that. I don't think I've used that on people. As far as that statement goes, or what have you. The reason why I don't say it is because, I mean, yeah, it's true. Life is short or whatever. It can be because you could be gone, the next day or the next couple of hours or so, which is possible. You know what I'm saying? So try to, like I said, try to always have more good times, keyword times in there than bad. All right. So, like I said, try to, display positivity a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then like people who are in relationships or whatever, you know, like I said, time is important to me. You can't be, in a relationship and deliberately like hurt people and then, not talk to them for X amount of years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to, you know, take blame for what they did. So like a lot, this is what I find this to be unique with with certain individuals. When people are in the wrong and they know that they're in the wrong, they don't want to be caught out on the carpet. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes them feel like shit. That's why they don't want to. They know they're gonna feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? They may not feel like shit, when they're committing the action or the bad act or whatever. But when you get caught out on the carpet, it's like, damn, this dude, this dude just really called me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it brings some type of a emotional low. You're basically in like a sad state or you're upset or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you caused it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people like, yo, you can't just go around, and not talking to people, because of an argument or whatever. I'm talking about people that's in relationships again. You can't just go around not speaking to people because there was an argument that took place. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, oh, I don't want to talk to him right now. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just not talking to him. Or there's some people that just won't talk to you ever again for a minor infraction that occurred. They'll just like be like, yo, forget this. I'm not talking to him no more. I'm like, why? But then again, you just said that life is too short, right? So life is too short. Why? So you're just gonna let all this time go by, right? Are you gonna let a leap year occur? 4 years go by, not talk to a person? You're gonna let a decade go by, not talk to a person. Now that person could be dead within those 2, 4, 10 years. Then you really gonna feel like shit because you gonna be like, damn, I ain't talked to him. You know what I'm saying? He, because we got into an argument and I was wrong. So now he's dead. Now I didn't take the time to actually sit down, okay, think about what I actually did, you know, and try to reach out to this person again. You know what I'm saying? Or how can we make this work? A lot of people don't want to make shit work. That's the problem. We're experiencing major crises today, in the world, because a lot of people take time for granted. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to, point that out there and tell you guys, listen, I'm not like that. I think about stuff all the time. I'm very over analytical. That's just how I am. Period. You know what I'm saying? This is not complex stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not complex. I'm gonna use the word arduous stuff. This is not arduous or laborious stuff that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is very simple shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that people don't want to think the way that I think. You know what I'm saying? So which causes me to be intimidating or what have you or whatever. And this is exactly why I'm doing this show. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to reach out to you so you could think from a different spectrum. And the Don spectrum, my man Slime spectrum, you know what I'm saying? So that way you could be like, damn, since I don't want to read stuff anymore, you can you just tune into the Protege Bowden show, and you get your knowledge there. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that, but once again, guys, I appreciate you guys viewing. You know, I'm gonna swing it back to my man, the Don, before I close it out. Because like I said, I don't even know how much time has expired already. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. I feel like we've been on here forever. Watch it be like 20 minutes. But but nah, I completely agree, bro. Like again, open-mindedness is key. You know what I'm saying? And you can't go about taking advantage of people, doing wrong by people, and thinking it's okay, thinking it won't come back, you know. We may have our own opinions and whatnot and form our own biases, but I mean, we're not doing it in a malicious way towards people. You know what I'm saying? And that's just our own experiences that dictate. But also going way back to what people were saying on the zodiacs, and this is very key to end this out. Mr. Protege here and myself, the Don, you know, we're two separate zodiac signs, but our lives are completely parallel. You know what I'm saying? And we think the same way. We go about our business the same way. You know what I mean? And we will overextend ourselves the same way. No, we're not the same person. No, we're not the same zodiac. But still, that just shows you right there that it doesn't matter what your zodiac is. You could still be, or I mean, comparable with someone else that's outside of that realm or category. You know what I mean? But again, I'm probably going to do a little live stream myself a little bit later on today concerning August 12th or whatever the case is. But again, thanks for the support, guys, and we'll be back soon. Tune in, like and subscribe. Protege Bowden Show on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We'll be here. We're here for you, not us.
That's right. That's right, man. Yep. Like he said, yep. I have to agree with him 100%. Guys, I didn't know we definitely two different signs. So, you know what I mean? We're two different people. But again, I'm closing out, people. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, Protege / the scientist here. We're always looking out for you guys. All right. The viewers. If guys got any questions, hit me up, John Bowden on Facebook. Once again, Protege_Bowden on Instagram, Protege Bowden Show on YouTube. Check it out. I got plenty of videos on there. If anything, I could probably put the link up right after we do this episode. But next time, I'll try to do it way in advance so you guys can tune into that. Again, August 12th. Look out, Middletown. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a fun time. You guys enjoy. All right, definitely. Like I said, RSVP as soon as you can. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate all the support for that. All right, but listen, this is Protege, along with my man V the Don and Slime, who's also on the. He's absent but on the team. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Peace.